Hello there. So I have a new piece for you guys, and it's titled Daughter of the King. Now, this is another piece that really hits home for me. Just like Precious Thoughts hits home for me. Hardcore, right? But this one right here really hits home for me as well, simply because I understand what it means not to love yourself. I understand what it means to compare yourself to other people, to these standards that the world has and things like that, and not to know your worth and not to know who God called you to be. I understand that. And God took me literally through this process of seeing myself the way He sees me, And that's why it's something I can easily talk about so much, because it hits home for me. Literally, it's my life. I'm telling you, I have more years hating myself than loving myself. But would I ever go back to those days? Never, ever. I'm only 24 years old. When I say maybe around the age of 20, 21, that's when the process of me beginning to love myself and knowing who God called me to be began. That's only 3 years. So I spent the most of my life hating life. I went to sleep crying. I woke up crying, and it wasn't a great feeling. And then I had someone recently tell me, like, Shanae, I can't be around you sometimes because you're always so happy. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, that did hurt me, but I'm not gonna sit here and apologize for the joy that I have, that God has placed inside of me, because I know what it means to hate life. I've been there, and that's not a place I'm ever going back to, and I never want to go back to. So for someone to say something like that, it's just like, yeah, that hurt. Like, dang, you can't be around me because I'm just being me. But I would never ever apologize, because I know how it felt to be there, and I know how it feels to be where I'm at right now. But I would never, ever, ever want anyone to feel like they can't be around me because they think that I don't know what they're going through. I don't feel the way they feel. I've never felt the way they feel. You get what I'm saying? So it's like this, it was a process, literally a process of me literally talking to myself every single day. When they say you have to renew your mind in Christ, literally that's what I had to do. I had to speak God's word over myself, and I had to look myself in the eye and tell myself everything that God says of me. It was literally reconstructing the way I thought. And that's what I think about. Even like I'm taking a lot of finance seminars and stuff like that. Reconstructing your mind about what you think about money. It's the same exact thing. Whenever you need to reconstruct your mind about something, you have to literally go back and erase everything that you thought, every thought that you had, everything that you know of, and start rebuilding it the right way. So I had to go down to the root, cut it out, and start rebuilding it the right way, the proper way. So I had to see myself the way God sees me. I had to take away every single thing, every word that was ever spoken over my life that was negative, everything that I spoke over my own life that was negative. I had to go around and snatch all that out. Well, God had to go snatch all that out and start planting these seeds of, the things that He thinks of me, So this piece is titled Daughter of a King, and I hope it touches you, and it gets you to think, if you're in that spot that I used to be in, this is just hopefully to encourage you, to let you know that you are the daughter of a king. You literally, and it's one thing to hear it, and it's one thing to say it, but you have to actually literally believe it yourself. And that's what I had to go through and believe myself. Like, people would say, Shanae, you're fearfully and wonderfully made, and I'll just look at them like, okay, that's just words speaking, but it has to hit the heart. Like, you have to know it for yourself down in your heart that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And once you start believing it for yourself, that's when the process literally starts. No one can put you into a place that you don't want to be yourself. You have to actually want it. And I got literally to a point where I was sick and tired. I got sick and tired of waking up and hating life. I got sick and tired of waking up and hating myself. I got sick and tired of looking in the mirror and literally crying. Like, those are the places that I was at. So for me to be where I'm at now, and compared to where I used to be, that's nothing but God. For me to wake up like, I'm such a happy, free person now compared to me being stuck in hurt and in bondage. Like, that's just how I was. So, like I said, I hope this piece, encourages you. And if you are in that place, if you ever want to talk, email me, hit it down in the comment box. I'll put my email down there, anything. I'm here because I understand what it means to settle. I understand what it means to not know your worth. I understand what it means to hate life and to hate yourself and not to like people. I used to literally tell people I don't like people. I don't like people. I hate people. I used to say that. I'm not a people person. I'm not even saying I'm not even a people person. It's one thing not to be a people person and to literally hate people. I used to sit in circles and I would sit there in circles like, why is this person around me? Why are these people talking? Like, that wasn't me. I was in a dark place, in a place I would never want anyone to ever be in. So, I would never ever, like I said, apologize for me wanting to encourage and uplift people. I would never apologize for me always smiling and being happy and joyful. I would never apologize for that, because it's not something that people gave me. People didn't give me joy. People didn't give me the peace that I had. That was all God. So with that being said, stay tuned. 5'2", 110 pounds long, beautiful, luscious hair. So that's exactly how they expected us all to be, but do you not see anything that's wrong with this picture? See, they have taken beauty, they placed it inside of a box, and they said if it stretches out just a little bit too far, then it's considered ugly and unacceptable. But let me ask you a question. What exactly do you see when you see your reflection? Because if you don't see a crown, then you see yourself less than royalty. You are the daughter of a king. Do you understand what that means to you? You redefine beauty. You just have to see yourself the way God sees, because it's true when they say that you can't love someone else if you don't first love yourself, because that only leads to years of unsatisfaction and emptiness, always yearning to be filled by someone else's touch. And even the words of validation that don't really mean much. So you are the daughter of a king. Do you understand what that means? You are fearfully and wonderfully made, created in the depths of the earth. Your figure was not hidden when God created you in that secret place. And that's just God's words. How precious are your thoughts of us, oh God. See, God knew Adam wouldn't make it too far. That's why he gave him Eve. So you are powerful beyond measures. You are the daughter of a king. Do you understand what that means? That means that you are royalty. And the only one that really deserves you is the only one that God finds worthy. So this is to every negative thought that has ever tried to infect your brain. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are the daughter of a king. So make sure you wear your crown proudly. And don't you ever allow anyone to take your beauty and place it inside of a box. So the next time someone asks you, what exactly do you see when you see your reflection? You make sure you tell them that you see a crown. Because you are royalty. You are the daughter of a king.